Hi, today I'm going to be talking about Hulu and basically all it is that they're doing in response to the COVID-19 outbreak. So, for starters, because production just about everywhere in the media, whether it's for television and film and really just anything, all production has been stopped. So that means post-production work has also been put on a hold, which also means that it can't get to streaming services like Hulu, Netflix, etc. So pretty much Hulu's response to that is something that I'm sure that they have already been working on since before the outbreak, but now at a time where everyone is at home and what majority of Americans do is obtain some kind of streaming service. So what they planning doing, one thing that they have already done is that they have added the free live news to its streaming service, and they have done this by doing a partnership with ABC News Live. So it's really in response to the fact that about nearly 30 million members, 27.2 million, do just have the regular Hulu that does not include live TV. Live TV with Hulu is an option that some people, specifically cable cutters, have tend to purchase. But out of that number, the people with live TV is 3.2 million Hulu users. So that's pretty much why Hulu has gone and partnered up with ABC News Live to offer free news. And it's really just an easier accessibility, so that if someone that has Hulu but before wouldn't have access to the news, wouldn't have to download like a separate news app, because a lot of these apps are free to begin with. So it's just an easier way for people to access it that already have Hulu. So that's pretty much why they did that. And yeah, just to go on, it's really just more than 45% of Hulu viewers have either cut the cord or have never had cable. So again, that's why they're doing that, because these outlets, they want people to get news, but from a reliable news source, not from social media. It's also really because this generation, really, every year more people are becoming cable cutters. It's just that this generation's kind of done with newspapers. Very few people read them, so the majority of news either is coming from like an app, like an app, or some, even though it's not the best idea, social media. So that's why Hulu, I'm sure, has gone with showing with 24/7 news on their streaming service. And now another big thing that Hulu is doing, uh, you know, not necessarily adding content, but Hulu has just struck a deal with HBO. Um, the new HBO Max streaming service that is coming out will now be offered through Hulu. Pretty much kind of how Hulu became offered through, well, not through, but Disney Plus subscribers now had access to Hulu and ESPN Plus as well. So that's pretty much what Hulu is doing. Hulu is basically uh, for, I believe, $14.99 a month. Hulu subscribers can also have access to HBO Max. So that's pretty much their economic model at the time. It's like even though like I'm sure content like even though content for strictly for Hulu isn't being pretty much worked on at the moment, what they can still do is bring over just more TV shows and movies and stuff like that has already been distributed, but just now bring it over to their subscription base as well. And as far as the Hulu headquarters in California, it has been shut down. So all the employees have been told to work from home. Really, just because it's a lot of like PR and just certain things that that their employees are basically would do in the office that they can just easily do it at home. So no new technologies have really also been integrated with Hulu. The employees are kind of just continuing doing their jobs from home, and I've tried looking to see if they have podcasts, and they really don't, and no, and there's no newsletters like uh, Hulu doesn't really seem to be doing a good job of shining light on what it is they're currently doing. Um, in light of the COVID-19 pandemic. It's really all they're doing is just to continue bringing new shows and movies that have already been out. You know, like not like or have is or content that is already prep for release. It's just about bringing them onto onto Hulu every month. That's also a thing that like Netflix and Hulu and all these streaming services do. It's like each month they'll send out a list of what's coming to their services. You know, but besides that, yeah, their news page. That's really just what it's for. On like the Hulu website, before you log in, it does say news, but it's really just what content is coming to them soon. Not really in regards of the company itself, but really just the streaming aspect of it. So that's pretty much what Hulu is doing in response to COVID-19. They're not really so much as worrying about finishing post-production or filming, a lot of their exclusive content, but to basically bring more movies and shows ready to stream, 24/7. And besides that, it's also about launch making HBO Max available to stream as soon as it comes out, and HBO Max is said to have over 10,000 hours of watchable, of just viewable content on day one, and I believe that comes out in a few days. So it's really just because the majority of American citizens are home, so basically streaming is what people have kind of been resorting to more so now than ever, really. So that's pretty much it, and thank you for watching.